Guys, welcome to this great comparison that I have for you. Today we're going to compare the Nexus 6 after installing Android 6 to the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge Plus and the LG V10. Let's go ahead and start right now. Alright my friends, we're going to start talking about the specs first. Super AMOLED display on Nexus and Samsung versus IPS LCD on the LG. 5.7 inch on the Samsung and the LG versus 5.97 inches on the Nexus. Screen resolution is 2K Quad HD on all phones. PPI or pixel density, the Samsung has more with 518 versus LG 515 versus Nexus 493. Corning Gorilla Glass on all of the phones. Operating system, the Nexus is the only one with Android 6. Samsung and LG has an Android Lollipop and will be updated to Android Marshmallow later. Quad-core processor on the Nexus, octa-core processor on the Samsung, and 6-core processor on the LG. Internal memory on the Nexus, it comes in 32 or 64 and it has 3 GB of RAM. On the Samsung, it comes in 32 or 64 with 4 GB of RAM, and on the LG, it comes only with 64 GB of RAM. I'm sorry, with storage and 4 GB of RAM. 13 megapixel rear camera on the Nexus. 2 megapixel front facing camera on the Nexus. On the Samsung and the LG, 16 megapixel on both phones, rear camera, and 5 megapixel on both. The aperture on the rear camera on the Nexus is at 2.0 versus 1.9 on the Samsung versus 1.8 on the LG. So as you guys can see, we're looking here at the interface. Also to mention, guys, battery, last but not least, the battery. The Nexus has the biggest battery with 3,220 versus 3,000 on the Samsung and the LG, but the LG is the only phone with removable battery and access to micro SD card. As you guys can see, all phones open everything pretty quick. I have to be honest with you and give the credit to the Nexus. After the update to Android 6, this phone is being working super quick. Unfortunately, it doesn't support dual window like you see right here on the Samsung and the LG. We can do the dual window and look at two applications at the same time. As far as lock screen and security, as you can see, the LG and the Samsung support the fingerprint scanner. On the Samsung, it's on the home screen, and on the LG, it's on the button on the back, which is the power button. The Nexus gives you options to add like a pattern or a password, but it doesn't support fingerprint scanner. Here's a look at some benchmarking tests. Obviously, the Samsung got the highest score. The LG got second place, and the Nexus has the lower score when it comes to benchmarking. Obviously, guys, benchmarking is just mostly numbers. It doesn't mean that you're not gonna get a good performance. Take a look here at all phones playing high graphic games. I had to be honest again. The Nexus was able to keep up with this super high graphic game. Really quick, really fast. The colors look super nice, and we get the dual front speakers. So as far as the sound, it was better than the Samsung and the LG. No issues at all, no lags when playing this graphic game on the Nexus. We know the LG and the Samsung can perform and can play this game, and I wasn't sure the Nexus can do it, so as you can see, it can do it. Let's focus right now here on the cameras. The most important thing to mention on the Samsung and the LG, it's the manual mode that they offer. You can control the zoom, the focus, you can control the saturation, the ISO, so many different things when it comes to the camera. Front-facing camera on the Samsung and the LG offer the wide angle, so excellent cameras for selfies. You get the quick access to the camera on the LG by double pressing the volume down on the back, and as soon as it opens the camera, it takes a picture. And as you guys can see, here's the manual mode on the LG. The phone also supports something really cool that I don't see on the Samsung, which is the option to adjust the level of the microphones when you are recording video. As you can see right there, you can adjust the audio. On the Samsung, you can also get a quick access to the camera by double pressing the home button. And the camera on the LG, the front-facing camera, it's also wide angle. The Nexus, after the Android 6 update, as you guys can see, double pressing the power button will open the camera right away. That's the Nexus camera or the Google camera. Really, really limited when it comes to options and settings. It does the job. It takes pictures and videos pretty decent. However, here this application, I believe, is called Camera V5. This is one of the best, if not the best, cameras applications on the market that you can buy. You can do everything that you do on the Samsung or the LG in terms of the manual mode. As you guys can see, you can control the manual focus, saturation, ISO, and everything else that I did or can do on the Samsung and the LG. Here's a quick comparison in terms of pictures that we're taking with all phones, the same pictures. That's a picture taken in the dark with the flash. So as you guys can see, and here's a video in 1080p with the rear camera. Overall performance with the camera on the Nexus, I will say it does a pretty good job. Here's a look here at the voice commands. And all phones responded right away, super quick when it comes to the voice commands using the application Google, providing the results right away, recognizing the voice commands. Here's a look at opening maps and navigation. It looks super nice on all phones since they all support 2K Quad HD display. Now here's one thing on the Samsung. You have the S Health application. And this one thing that the phone offers that we don't see on the other phones is the fingerprint heart rate monitor, I should say. Heart rate monitor on the back. It lets you measure the heart rate. And it offers a nice interface when it comes to measuring the exercise. I do like better the application that we see here on the LG. It gives you the option to use the map and the GPS in order to track your exercises. That's really cool. On the Nexus, we also have this Google Health application. It doesn't do as much as you can see on the Samsung or the LG, but it does the job. It gives you, detailed information on calories, steps, or if you're running or things like that. Now, out of all these three phones, as you can see, the LG is the only one that still supports, as right now, the IR blaster to control the TV or the cable box. Guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you like it, you don't mind, please go ahead and click on like, share the video to help others. Subscribe for more if you're not a subscriber. My final conclusions, and this is the reason why I wanted to do this comparison, is to prove to you guys that after the update to Android 6, the Nexus 6, it's running way faster. And as you guys can see, for the most part, it pretty much can keep up with two of the best phones that you can buy right now, the Edge Plus and the LG V10. Thank you guys. Give me your thoughts or your comments, and I will see you later. Peace.